everybody. This is Zoid16 2010 on Devianart, aka the Sportman16 on YouTube, and my real name being Jake. This video right here is really more or less to be talking about pretty much me on Devianart. Though really more or less, I just want to give out a big thank you to all of my Devianart watchers, who I'm just going to call followers, and even some fans that I have. I just want to give a big thank you to all the support that I've been getting from you guys, and how much you people are just really giving all the love and appreciation to my work. Even though I'd be the one to admit that that my artwork isn't exactly the greatest in the world. It's not like grade A. I feel like that my artwork is a bit more of like C+, or possibly B- at best. But you guys would probably say otherwise, considering the fact that most of the artwork that I've done, if not almost all of the artwork that I have done, is through the means of 3D modeling. And I'm honestly happy with doing stuff like this. I mean, I just have the ability to create so many different kinds of things. Like, I know for the fact that you people are so freaking happy for the fact of all the Pokemon models that I've released for the posing program that I have used, which is XPS 11.3. I mean, there's a reason why I did this stuff in the first place. Because originally, someone else did their own work of it, but considering the fact that that person just, after a point, just kind of fell off the map, I decided that I just want to take matters into my own hands and do it myself. So basically, I used the combination of the website known as the Models Resource, Blender, to convert the models into a format compatible for XPS, and then set them up there and be able to use them there. And then once I know that the models are good to go and they are fully functional and not going to cause problems for anybody who wants to use them, I pretty much upload them here, so that way you people can be able to use these models for yourself, as long as you credit me for doing so, because that would be nice. Because I do know of one person who does, who I believe goes by the name of Wolfblade. So, Wolfblade, if you're watching this, I just want to give you a big thumbs up and thank you for crediting me for the models that you're using. I do appreciate it. But like I said, if you guys are wanting to use the models, I would like at the very least for you guys to credit me. But if for some reason you either don't want to credit me or just kind of forgot about it, I'll be fine with it. I'll be perfectly fine with it. Whether you just don't want to mention me or credit me for these things, I won't really mind either way. But yeah, the fact of it is that I have been doing all this Pokemon modeling work for over 2 years. Even though that I haven't really been uploading as frequently, I do feel like that I have another Pokemon planned to upload next. It's just all a matter of which ones that I have left remaining on my list here. But I feel as though I might be doing a Gen 1 Pokemon, but I don't know for sure when exactly I'll be doing that. And that's also the other thing, is that I know for a fact that I don't like, let me try and word this right. And it's the fact of when people send me requests. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stop taking requests. It's just all the matter of what the request is, and also the other thing of it is, I just don't wish to be completely bombarded by requests, which thankfully that hasn't been the case. Or in the case of, after I've done one request for one person, they just automatically just throw another one right at me. That's something that I just don't like. Because if someone just throws me one request after I did one for them, then it's just gonna stress me out. I'll just be releasing a big sigh and just go, come on, man, I already just did one for you. So that's why I usually tell you people that when you do give me these requests, I will be doing them on my own time. Basically, whenever I decide I want to do it. Which I know currently, as this video is recording, I am still, unfortunately, holding off on a request which is revolving around the Dragon Ball Z character known as the Cybermen. But to the person who made that request, don't worry. I still will do it, but I'm really hoping you don't throw another request at me after that. That'd be very much appreciative. But yeah, the work that I do, I feel like, is decent. And the fact of with all the models that I've released for you guys, I mean, some of the models that I have released, you guys are like genuinely like surprised that I did it. Like one of the more recent ones that I've released, which was not Pokemon related whatsoever, was in a way sort of like a more grown-up version of the character known as Creepy Susie, which I do believe correctly she's from the show known as The Oddblongs. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the person who originally did this was... Okay, looking here, I'm looking at it right now. Basically, I give credit to the original creator known as Devianart for making the models in the first place. So, yeah. And also for the fact that I have been bringing in more recent models of like, not Pokemon, which is that of like, one of the more recent ones even after Creepy Susie, I pretty much brought in Fire Emblem Starja. And yes, people, I know what Fire Emblem is. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not hating it, but I'm just not a fan of it. But I've known a bit about Fire Emblem thanks to my sister, who sometimes just goes on and on about it, but I honestly don't mind. But yeah. Sometimes I just look at my art and I just say to myself, I actually made these. But yeah, again, I just want to thank you all for giving me all the love and appreciation and the respect for all the work that I've done, even though that my work is not the best in the world. Yes, I've already said this, but I just really just can't thank you guys enough for giving me all the love and support. And don't you worry, people, there's still plenty of things to come from me, because as probably some of my watchers have already seen, that I've started off a new little art series, which is that of custom skin Pokemon, which I've already released 3 so far. And let me tell you, I've already made plenty of custom skin Pokemon in advance, so there's plenty. Let's just say that the number that I currently have right now is 31. I still have 31 left. Okay, no wait. I looked at it wrong, because I'm currently looking at the images that I made right now. Okay, it's technically 30. I basically currently have 30 pre-made ones, all of which hopefully you guys will like. Some of them, I feel like they're not as good, and some of them I felt to be really, really good. Let me tell you. But although there is one thing that I also do want to mention about my artwork, is some of okay, let me try to figure out what I'm trying to say here. Is that some of the artwork that I've made that has been getting a lot more attention than all the others is kind of more of like my more how do I pretty much say it, mature art, which you my watchers would know what that is. I just don't want to say it on here, but you all know what it is. Of my more mature art. I mean, the only reason why I started doing that is because with the first one that I did, was just to be kind of funny, and things just kind of blossomed his own way through there. And granted, with some of the other images that I've been doing, like my own little thing of the Gothic Spore series, and the whole reason why I did that in the first place is because, well, I just wanted to create my own little OC for myself, and I wanted my OC to have a girlfriend, so that's why I made Alexis the Goth Pokemon trainer. Even though I do feel like that some of the images that I made recently there don't even revolve around them using Pokemon, but there is one in mind that will be coming up within possibly the next few days. And I also really do like the fact that you people really do like my one of my other little art series, which is Little Joltik, which is basically like little Joltik, like basically just a shiny Joltik just encountering all these gorgeous women, and him ending up in some different places, in places where some people wouldn't probably think he would end up. But I do feel like some of the best images I feel like I've made is within my art series known as the Versus images, where basically I just take either two Pokemon, put them up against each other, or have a Pokemon go in a crossover, or even rarer of a case of me taking, like, the most recent one that I did was that Giga Bowser taking on Aaron's Titan form from Attack on Titan. I felt like that was pretty interesting right there. And also for the fact that, considering the fact that me using my image editing program known as GIMP 2, making some of these images a lot more pleasing to the eyes. Like being able to add clouds in the background, making like a sun and whatever. I may not be able to use like the correct kind of ground, like adding like more scenery items like rocks, trees, grass. I can find the means to do that because I feel like some people have made XPS models of like environmental props or something. But that'll be a wait and see thing of how things go from there. And also, I really do appreciate all the comments that I receive. Like with some of my more common people or some of my watchers who commonly either like my work and sometimes leave a comment saying like it looks nice, looks pretty good, looks awesome, looks epic, and always giving them a nice good warming thanks. That's the thing I really appreciate the most, is for the people who favorite, they basically put my work into their favorites for almost everything I make. Does not matter what it is. They will just add it there and leave a comment if they want to. Now granted, I have received like a small handful of negative comments, but they're more or less a rare thing. No, really honestly, I can't even recall the last time I got a negative comment on one of my artworks. And I would have to say, possibly the most recent one that I made, which was not the Blue Flame Nape, but the one where it was Wario laughing at another bunny, aka Bunny Camilla. I really liked the first comment so far, was that people are saying like the first one saying rest in peace Wario for laughing at Camilla, because to be honest here, I really don't know too much about Camilla, but I know that she's a Fire Emblem character, and well, she's pretty much fan service, because let's be honest, she is. But I still like her, and I know that some people don't like Tharja, but I do, because she and Camilla, well, I'm not quite sure if her and Camilla have anything in common, but it's just, I think for the fact that Tharja's kind of a bit on the crazy side, but hey, to me sometimes, I loves me my crazy women. Sometimes. But, yeah. So, what else is there? I would also take this time to apologize for like some people who have given me a request and I didn't bother doing it, because it was either something that revolves around something that I'm not a big fan of, or I just didn't feel like I wanted to do it. So I give my absolute sincerest apology for doing that, because that's just how it is. Because I know for a fact that there have been a lot of requests that I have gotten that I just don't want to do, because I just don't want to do it. And sometimes I do kind of feel a little bad for doing it, but that's just how I am. I don't want to be doing every single last request I get. Like for like a certain Pokemon model or a certain thing, which one of them is, which I'm not a big fan of doing, which was that of basically one character giving a bear hug to another, and trust me, it's not a gentle one either. It's like freaking squeezing. Because that I'm not the biggest fan of doing, because once I feel like after doing like a sort of hug, a bear-ish hug like request for the Cyberman, I feel like I might stop there. So to the person who requests that, I'm sorry if I'm saying this and it kind of upsets you. I'm sorry, but I just usually want to do things more or less of my way. But I honestly don't know what else to say about that. It's just, that's the best way I could put it. And I'm sorry if that upsets you, or for anybody who gives me a request and I just don't want to do it. I really don't want to come off too much as a bad person for not doing someone's request, but like I said, I can't nor want to do every single person's request, because that'd just be too much work for me, because I like to take things at my own pace and just not wish to be rushed. That's just how it is. So I think that will pretty much cover everything that I want to talk about here. But I just want to give off at least one more thanks to all of my watchers for all the support. Really, honestly, I just can't thank you guys enough for that. And considering the fact that the amount of watchers that I have right now, it is up to a really high 544. And I know for a fact there are going to be more to come, because of how much they love my work, and for the models that I have released. So yeah, thank you guys for all the support, past support, present support, and future support that I'll be getting. And you all make me pretty freaking happy for all the times that you favor my work, giving me positive comments and all that, and just saying how much of an incredible person that I am for making these things. You all make me pretty happy. So that'll pretty much do it right there. So this is Lloyd16 2010, aka the Sportman16 on YouTube, aka Jake, signing out. So later, guys.